Hello, my name is Mark Fleming, and I am a dentist and a transition consultant with Paragon. Today, I'll be talking about the magic of practice mergers and why they are one of the most reliable ways to expand your practice and your income. A practice merger occurs when a doctor who already owns a practice acquires another practice and blends the two practices together to form a larger practice. The resulting merged practice could be located in the seller's facility, the purchaser's facility, or another facility if neither of the existing facilities is large enough to house both practices. A practice merger is by far the fastest and most reliable way to jumpstart a dental practice. It provides an immediate inflow of quality patients and an immediate increase in your personal income. Practice mergers are indeed magical in their ability to change your life overnight, literally. Is it more profitable for a doctor who already owns a practice to purchase a practice than it is for a new practitioner to purchase the same practice? Definitely. While both are quite profitable, a practice merger acquisition is significantly more profitable than a first-time practice acquisition. Why is this? In both acquisition structures, the primary asset obtained is the stream of patients. A merger buyer is able to manage the patient base with much lower costs. This translates to much higher profits. The best way to show you how special practice mergers are is to examine the basic economics, we'll call mergernomics, of a merger transaction. This is an example of a typical practice opportunity. This practice was sold for $350,000 and had a loan payment of about $5,300. The first column of numbers shows the practice's collections and expenses. You can see this practice collected $485,000 and after expenses had a net cash flow of $203,000. Now, let's look at the same practice in a merger scenario. The buyer has their own small practice which collects $231,000 and has a net cash flow of $85,000. You can see when you combine the buyer's current practice with the practice they are purchasing, you get a merged practice collections of $716,000 and a merged net cash flow of $277,000. So consider, how long would it take to accumulate enough patients to increase practice collections by $485,000 in just 1 year? So this buyer increased his patient base instantly, and his personal income increased from $7,000 per month to $23,000 per month. This buyer also relocated their smaller office into the larger purchased office and also improved their office facility as well. If you add $100,000 more production to your practice next year, will the overhead on that extra $100,000 be as high as your present overhead percentage? No. Adding an extra $100,000 in production would not have an increase in rent, telephone, utilities, staff, etc. The only additional expenses would be production-related expenses like lab and supplies. So a merger purchase can acquire additional production that will only have 12% to 17% overhead attached. This means the merger purchaser's overall practice overhead percentage is reduced and the profit percentage is increased. Are practice mergers always structured where the seller retires immediately? Not at all. Practice purchases can be structured as a walkaway, where the seller leaves immediately, or as a pre-sale, where the seller stays with you as your associate. Pre-sales also vary from case to case. Some are structured for the seller to remain a short time, while in others, the sellers stay with you for years. Let's take a look at the mergernomics, assuming the seller remains with the practice as the purchaser's associate. The seller will cut back from 4 to 2 days a week and produce 50% of his pre-merger production. In this scenario, you can see that the results for our merger buyer are still very lucrative, with an increase in personal income by more than $10,000 a month. Is there anything those who are already very busy can do to significantly increase their personal income? Well, practice mergers are very profitable, even if you don't increase your personal production at all. Let's go back again to our mergernomics example, this time with the seller working full-time and producing 100% of his pre-merger production and being paid at a 40% compensation rate. Even though our merger buyer does not increase his or her personal production, the results are still very lucrative, with an increase in personal income by more than $4,000 a month. So let's review the advantages of acquiring a practice for merger into your practice. Your personal income will increase instantly and significantly. Your quality patient base will multiply overnight. Often one of the doctors provides services that the other doctor refers out, so practice production increases by keeping those procedures in the practice. A practice merger transaction pays its own expenses and debt service, plus provides a substantial net profit. So in essence, the practice acquisition pays for itself. Practice market value is based largely on a practice's gross production, so the merger purchaser's practice value also increases substantially. Accumulating a quality, fee-for-service patient base can be accomplished two different ways. You can continue to advertise and market and hopefully accumulate the patient base you desire over the next few years. Or you can have that quality patient base you desire overnight. For more information on practice mergers, please contact Paragon today. Paragon Dental Practice Transitions is a national network of many individuals who play a significant role in each transition. Dentists, attorneys, accountants, and healthcare administrators. We have consultants like myself in your local area ready to help you with your practice search. Contact Paragon today and schedule your complimentary consultation. No obligation, just an extremely worthwhile education. For more information, visit our website at www.paragon.us.com or contact us by email at info@paragon.us.com or toll free at 866-898-1867.